All right, everyone, welcome back. BPL Season 3, Round of 16, Group B, Round 3, Game 3. A lot of qualifiers for what is about to happen here. But if you are just hopping in, this is the last game of Group B, and this is Contra versus Modulo, which I am kind of excited for. I mean, I think both the two games that we've seen have been short. I think one was 8 minutes, one was 7 minutes. Zateo, talk to me. How do you feel about these two games?
I feel pretty good for Contra here because he's been pretty much pulling ahead. I mean, that last game he kind of did something silly with his commander, but he's looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny because he was in complete, I don't want to say complete control of that game, but I think he was relatively far ahead, right? And
yeah,
he did that versus Ubivater versus Alta 4 in the qualifiers as well. That game on Crystallized Plains where he had all the map control, he had army value, he had eco value, and then he just kind of...
Well, yeah, just kind of like a silly mistake to end the game, and oops, now you don't win.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? It's people always love to critique, oh, you make a mistake here, you make a mistake there, but that's just the game. That's just how it goes. So we had bans for Shallow Straits and Canis, and then Contra picked Feast and he won on that, and Modulo picked Heartbreak Hill and he won on that, which means that we are going to see the remaining 5 maps banned and 1 will be left, and that will be the pick. So we'll see what the players choose. It looks like Contra... Oh, after I mentioned the Crystallized Plains game, I guess he's like, yeah, we're not going back there.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
got bad memories for it. And Modulo with the Assidious ban. All right. I feel like we haven't seen that much Assidious crack. What?
Yeah.
Why? Like, I feel like people have played. Maybe they're just burnt out on it.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's. I mean, I think the hot thing is Serralata right now. So many people are playing.
Yeah, that's true. And Contra with the Fallendell ban, he banned that versus X Factor also, didn't he? Or he banned it first phase, right? I forgot.
Who did he? Someone, yeah.
Or against Teddy. I think he banned it versus Teddy in first phase. Yeah. Which is interesting. I wonder if that's a he doesn't like the map or Teddy is really good on the map. Those are always the questions.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just too much of an odd map for Contra, probably.
Yeah, just I can see that.
It's quite different. You got all those rocks to reclaim, and you got all the trees to reclaim, and then it's like how you move your army about is very important, as well as your commander.
Yeah, good point. And okay, so Modulo bans Theta Crystals as ban 8, which means that our final map is Serralata, which super popular map. You know, I think both players just kind of ended up with saying, hey, this is, you know, I think
this is the map right now.
Yeah, this is the map. This is what we want to play. This is how we feel. So awesome.
It's a good map. I like it personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is for all the marbles. Whoever loses here goes home, and they are going to be in the bottom brackets that you see here, the 9th through 16th. But if whoever wins this series, they have the chance to go higher. They have the continued opportunity to maybe even go all the way and win it. So I'm excited. Yeah. I think it's always hype when we get a game 3, right? You always want those series to go to game 3s. So here we are. So yeah, and okay, and players are spawning in. So let's see what the action is. Okay, so same side spawn, Contra on high ground, bottom right, and he is arm bots per the standard. Modulo is also arm. We don't see his lab yet, but he's opening wind. I assume arm bots as well. So this could be, you know, another arm bot versus arm bot, which I'm excited because I think that even though that grunt pawn change was small, it's definitely opened up a lot more arm bot play, which I think is just healthier for the 1v1 scene.
Yeah, I think the change was a really good change. But yeah, we'll see how many ticks these guys make.
For whatever reason, I love tick v tick battles. I'm not a huge fan of like the rover rascal battles because I feel like with the accuracy and the slow turret turn, a lot of times you just end up frustrated. But the tick battles, I think, are always entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, middle is going to be a little bit different here, right? Because they've chosen the same side spawn, and so I'm curious, are they going to try to slow push towards each other and sort of, you know, meet in the middle here, or does one of them want to comm walk and, you know, actually take Bing with the comm? So
yeah, it's definitely a really interesting map. I mean, there's kind of a lot you can do with it. I mean, besides just middle, like you can like air openers can be a thing here as well. But yeah, in terms of the middle, and when they're spawning on the same side of the map, personally, I think you should still go for it because it's still a strong play to kind of section off the back, making it a little bit easier for you to, you know, defend it in a way. But yeah, some players are, I think, still figuring that out, or you know, maybe they have an alternate plan. So we'll see what these guys do.
So Contra gets a couple ticks in the back. I don't think he's going to get anything in. Modulo scouted the cross spawn, saw that Contra wasn't there. So now he's coming to the close, or to the, his close spawn, and he's just got the
really nice
waiting.
defense here from Modulo.
Yeah, I mean, he basically, these ticks from Contra have gotten almost
There's
nothing.
so many ticks.
There's so many ticks.
Well, they got the pawn. They got the pawn. I mean, well,
okay.
No, there's just not enough damage.
Man, that con has 104 health. It was close.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interesting situation where it's like, do you go for the ticks or do you go for the con, or do you go for the mexes? You went for the con and didn't get it. So
yeah, Modulo almost got one of the mexes there, but Contra reacted and was able to kill it. Some serious micro here. Contra has 2 pawns, one with 29 health, one with 39 health, and they're both. I like
these guys
trying to back them up.
Yeah, these guys so dead set on making sure that their micro is just right. That both of their energy is pretty low here. They're trying to fix that up right now. Modulo ended up actually adding on a solar collector here. It's very much a wind map, so we'll see if he ends up reclaiming that later, or if it's just going to be a deficit.
Yeah, Contra's fully committed to the wind here. He's got an early nano down too, which Modulo doesn't have, and that early nano is gonna let his comm actually walk, and he's gonna start walking straight up. It looks like he's gonna start walking straight to the base, take the 3 mexes here, drop the 2 LLTs, take the mex there, and then I assume maybe some radar, and we'll see from there if he wants to comm walk towards Modulo or if he wants to try to hold mid.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of interesting. Contra's actually doing this a little bit sooner than he normally does. I think he usually like boosts out a few more units first and then walks, because he still has plenty of metal. But yeah, opting to just walk at this time, getting a second nano, and just adding on that extra E to support all that.
Modulo with the 9 pawn raid coming through the bottom.
Yeah. See, so this is, I think, usually why you see. Or why I would normally see Contra boosting out a bunch of pawns at this time, just to like make sure that you're not going to get raided by this force here.
He sees the LLT and just backs off, but these pawns might be able to kind of swerve.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going
to mix.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to swing around.
It looks like no, he just backs up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Contra does have 2 nanos up, so he would be able to probably defend it with reinforcements coming out of that.
Oh, and Modulo sneaks this tick in through the back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and there's nothing here. He's going to get a mex, maybe?
Contra can reclaim that.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, citizens
Oh,
arrest.
that's OP. Yeah, so he used 1 nano to repair and 1 to reclaim. So that was like, you know, as best you could do with that.
So Modulo is slightly ahead in almost every category, but it's a super close game. I guess we'll see how it plays
Modulo
out.
is taking a nice early small lead here.
And with the 3rd nano going down, Modulo's comm is going to leave base and start walking. And His commander wants to take the mechs here and then wants to drop high ground LLTs. That is kind of an interesting choice.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, it's part of the fun things about this map is you got these little, you know, high ground nooks, and you know you can build from the, you know, when you're on the low grounds up to that high ground and just be annoying with LLTs. So I think that, yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. But yeah, Contra has an LLT there to prevent that, so I don't think it's going to be too successful. Rocketbot coming out for Modulo. He's going to be able to pressure some of those LLTs actually that Contra put down with his commander.
And he has his vehicle lab down,
Ooh,
so he's starting to
yep.
make stouts, which is going to be interesting. Oh yeah, Contra is definitely going to start to get pressured quite a bit here.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit early for something like stouts. There's still like, it's such a wide open map for bots, and it's gonna be hard for stouts. I think because you know, Contra's bots can just run around where the stouts are, right?
Oh god, these comms are oh, they almost ran into each other, but sorry. There's a battle on the right. Tons of pawns. We got some pawn versus pawn here. And the two commanders saw each other, so they know where the comms are. Contra's a little bit closer to mid. Modulo did have all of his pawns holding mid, but he hadn't... Wow, okay, so yeah, he had his pawns holding mid, but he hadn't capped it yet. Now he has the constructor there. All of his stouts are coming mid too, and Contra's con is a little exposed. He has a ton of pawns, but they're on the right side. Is he safe? Oh god.
Yeah, this is a little scary for Contra. He does have potential to just kind of run through on the left-hand side, but there is a lot of units for Modulo on the left-hand side. So we'll see if Modulo can get in there. It looks like Contra's reinforcing with a lot of sentries down there, so
and
probably won't be able to do too much there, actually.
Contra gets most of the reclaim from that, which is nice, and then Modulo's going to back up.
And he switched into Banshee.
Oh, the classic Contra.
The Contra Banshee.
Contra Banshee. So Modulo does snipe that LLT, and then he's running... Oh, he almost ran into the commander. What does he see here, though? Yeah, he doesn't have that much vision, but he's going to try to run and get into the main. He's going to snipe this expanding con, which is actually pretty good damage.
Yeah, that's huge. And Contra doesn't really have anything in his base either. Oh, wow.
He didn't
missed
even
it.
kill it. Oh, no.
Okay, well, he's gunning for the base. So Banshees have moved out, so they're not going to be defending. They're going straight for the commander.
So he sees that. He sees the Banshee there. Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is Modulo's dead.
Yeah, there's nowhere at 30... 20. Yeah, he's dead. This Banshee swap is...
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That was a very...
So every time you've seen Contra switch to Banshee, that's what it's for.
Yeah, I mean, this was an incredibly short series, right? I feel like all the games were under 10 minutes, and in this one, oddly enough, Modulo was ahead basically the entire game, right?
Yeah, that's actually something that I taught Contra, so I feel pretty proud.
Oh, the Banshee switch and you're behind, or
just no? It was just like the idea of like you take like something like 10 Banshees and you just kill the commander, because even if you have anti-air, it's not enough to kill the Banshees.
Right.
So like you need like I think I was testing it with like there's like 3 Nettles, and a commander cannot defend against 10 Banshees if the Banshees are microed properly.
Wow, really? 3 Nettles and a Calm can't? That's
yes.
Crazy.
The Banshee, if the Banshees are spread enough so that they don't take splash, they kill the Nettles first and then the Calm. Or if the Calm tries to build a Nettle, you kill that Nettle as well. But yeah, it's really hard to stop unless you already have some anti-air there, you know, to defend it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's kind of awesome. I didn't realize.
Yeah. So that flips the whole thing on its head, right? Because like you can be in a position where you're like about to lose, or you can be in a position where like, I'm not quite doing so well this game. I'm just going to swap to this really quick. And if they don't have a proper response, then they just die. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely felt like that. I mean, I was literally looking at that pawn raid going in, and suddenly, you know, we look back up and it's like, okay, yep, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty strong games from Contra in this series here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did great, really. So let's see, he won the game on Hades, and then he lost the game on Heartbreak, which I actually felt like he
was ahead.
he
but
was ahead on that one.
Did something
So,
silly, but you know, it
yeah.
happens.
It does. And then he won the game on Cirolata, which pretty awesome, pretty exciting. So that concludes Group B. Give me 1 second and I'll pull up the stats. What do you think was the most exciting match from all of Group B?
I'm pretty excited. I don't actually remember some of them, to be honest. But I don't know. I really like Contra showing throughout, and you know, I'm pretty proud of Modulo as well to, like, you know, get through X Factor and you know, have a reasonable showing as well.
Yeah.
And then Teddy, of course, you know, Teddy's just amazing, so he gets through.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Teddy is Teddy, the eternal wonder, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, that means that Modulo's out and Contra advances.
Yeah, that does unfortunately mean that. So Teddy and Contra advance. Teddy 2-0 for his series 4-0. He did not drop a single game in group stages. He just plowed through and said, I'm here to win. And I mean, he's Teddy. LSR mocked me when I said he was going to get third. He was like, you're crazy. And I was like, well, we'll see. And he was right. But I think Contra was a little bit of a dark horse, right? I think most people in brackets had him as third.
Yeah, for a lot of people, yeah, Contra is a dark horse for sure.
But I'm excited. You know, it's always great when we get to see some of these newer players, you know, shine through and actually perform well in the tournaments. So I am excited, and congratulations to Teddy and Contra, and condolences to Modulo and X Factor Live. I think they both played well, but their journey ends in the round of 16, and Teddy and Contra get to charge ahead into, sorry, that is the wrong screen. Charge ahead into the round of 8. Any final words, thoughts, Mr. Zateo?
Not really. I'm just excited to see where this heads.
Awesome. Likewise, I'm excited to see the rest of the groups, and then I am excited next weekend for the round of 8. So I will see you there, and we will hopefully see you guys in Group C, which will be starting relatively soon.
Radio.